Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton here. Thank you for watching this little channel here. Do please like and subscribe. It's down there, it helps a little bit, you see. And I want to talk today about the terrible problem that's hanging over this prison system, which is overcrowded. They don't seem to have any solution for it, do they? I see that they're opening this barge, what's it called, a Bibby Stockholm in Portland Harbour, now down by Portland Bill, where they're going to start holding immigrants or migrants or illegal migrants on this floating prison, so to speak. And they're going to hold them there. But the problem is that they're not going to be confined on this floating hulk. They're going to have the liberty to leave during the day. They have to be back a certain time at night. But you can imagine what the people in that area think about having virtually 500 single men suddenly wandering around their community during the day, and apparently the Home Office are very kindly going to set on buses or transport to nearby Weymouth, which is a popular holiday resort, as indeed is Portland. And they are going to be wandering all over. Not have no any money, so what they're going to do? Well, very little money, something like, I don't know, 80 to £100 a week, something like that. But and food will be provided for them on the floating hulk. Yeah, but this is going to create massive local problems, and rightly so, that the people of Portland and Weymouth are up in arms about this. Somebody in the Ministry of Justice at the Home Office has lost the plot. They've lost it somewhere. Listen, there will be a way to find offshore an island that's virtually uninhabited. I don't know, Muck or Egg, E-I-G-G, yeah, off Scotland, off that area, and ship them out there, put them on there. They'll not swim off there, believe me. And just have it secure and take a ship and leave them to it. You know, they want to come to another land. I mean, I'm not against migrants. I mean, if we go back probably 150, 200 years, my ancestors migrated in to Great Britain from Ireland. And here I am today, an Englishman. And that's how it works. But these people are coming in, and there is a theory that these are sleepers, you know, that they're being sent in ready for some kind of uprising. God help, where does these theories come from? I personally don't subscribe to them myself, but we've got a real problem. There's no possibility of holding these people in the prison system. The prison system is at 88,225 as of today. And per head of capita, the United Kingdom holds more prisoners than any other European nation. How about that? Something to be proud of there. Something we're doing a little bit better than the rest, eh? Locking people up. We're not doing it very effectively, mind you. Because we've got the Beverley sisters running the jails. This is the kind of nonsense that's happening now. And I see in yesterday's news that a lot of the prisons are operating on what they call red regimes. Now, red regimes are when there are no facilities for the inmates, no library, no association, no work, just locked in your cells 23 hours a day or more, and that's your lot. That's all we can do. We haven't got enough staff. Because believe this or not, although the staff are employed and are officially detailed to attend for shift at the prisons, they're not turning in. They are not arriving for work. This is unthinkable. The problem is, I mean, society has changed dramatically. Society is not the same as it was in the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s. It's just absolutely gone. Yeah, people no longer want to go to work and do 12-hour shifts just because they want to keep their head above water. They don't want to do it anymore. Sod it. That's the kind of attitude people have to do. Seriously, the world has changed. And the very idea that this would be taking place in the 70s and 80s when I was in the prisons is unthinkable. The idea of one prison officer being prosecuted for corruption is a shame on any prison. There are prisons, there's one prison, HMP Berwyn, in near Wrexham, I believe it's down that area in North Wales, where 38 members of staff in the last 2 years have been prosecuted and imprisoned for inappropriate relationships with inmates, trafficking, smuggling drugs, smuggling in telephones, all manner of nonsense. 38 members of staff. Numerous of them, I believe the vast majority of them, are females. It's going to happen. The reason it's going to happen is because they're putting young females into prison with sophisticated adult alpha males. When we're talking about an alpha male, we're talking about some big guy who's used to being the boss outside. All right, he gets captured, banged in prison, maybe 4 or 5 years for some serious armed robbery or something like that. And he suddenly comes across an 18-year-old wet behind the ears young lady. I don't blame them for trying to do it, and I think they're very brave for trying to do it. But as I previously mentioned on here, when I was at the Scrubs in 1975-76, I was locking the Cambridge rapist up, and one day he jumped out of his cell in a homemade dress manufactured from a bedsheet, stark naked under the dress. All he was sporting was an enormous erection. Well, what are they going to do if he jumps out? I mean, he was a strong bastard, he was. It took me a good 10 seconds to ram his head in the wall and throw him back in his cell. But if you're an 18-year-old, 9 stone, wet behind the ears, blonde, what are you going to do? And that's not misogynistic. It's not sexist. I'm just telling you, it don't work. And somebody at the Home Office wants to wake up, smell the coffee and realise that they've taken the wrong route. I have great faith in this guy, Alex Chalk. I believe he's looking at things in a positive manner, attempting to resolve the issues. But you need to go back to the beginning. You mustn't imprison people for petty offences, unlike that lady Angela Rayner, who is the deputy leader of the Labour Party, saying that people are going to be imprisoned for misogyny. That's causing problems for females by sexist remarks to them. Goodness me. What are you going? She's suggesting that you get 2 years in prison for that. She should try 6 months herself before she starts recommending it for anybody else, don't you think? She never will have walked down the landings of Wormwood Scrubs or Wandsworth to see what it's really like. Get yourself a big hat, a set of keys, and go for it, Angela. See how you like that bastard. Anyway, red regimes are the order of the day, and it's now forecast that the prison system is going to hit 110,000 by the year 2027. What the hell are they playing at? All right, there's a big problem. Lots of people are getting locked up for dealing in drugs and all that. I mean, you see it every day, don't you? Look at the news today. 5 or 10 people locked up for a multi-100 million pound drug lift in central London. They've lifted them. They've got the drugs. But they'll be in prison now for the next 10 years. Who's going to bloody look after them? Songdinger, folks. Blue moon, I saw you standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. And then suddenly you appeared before me, the only one my heart could ever know. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me. And when I looked, the moon had turned to gold. Blue moon, Anyway, enough of that nonsense. If you're still with me, I'm going to read you a poem here. This is one of my very favourite poems by Robert Browning. Home Thoughts from Abroad. Oh, to be in England now that April's there, and whoever wakes in England sees some morning unaware that the lowest boughs of the brushwood sheaf round the elm tree bole are in tiny leaf, while the chaffinch sings on the orchard bough in England now. And after April, when May follows, and the white throat builds and all the swallows hark, where my blossomed pear tree in the hedge leans to the field and scatters on the clover blossoms and dewdrops at the bent spray's edge. That's the wise thrush. He sings each song twice over, lest you think he never could recapture the first fine careless rapture. And though the fields look rough with hoary dew, all will be gay when noontide wakes anew. The buttercups, the little children's dower, far brighter than this gaudy melon flower. Home Thoughts from Abroad by Robert Browning. Sincerely hope you enjoyed that. Do like and subscribe. I'm now working on a new project. It's called Coffee Break Crime, which is like 10 minutes little snippets on YouTube and Twitter, and I don't know what else they're putting it on. I'm just the artist reading and writing the scripts. Thank you very much for watching today. This is Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton.